ball, cheese ball, cheese ball gaming. If anybody
Start off with the king. It tells you how you can move. Points out to which enemy they want you to attack. As you can see, you can just attack them. You don't have to go up close to them. You don't have to. With the bow and arrow, bow and dagger, you can shoot from distance, which is what I prefer. And they're telling you to collect the coins. All of them. So you can gallop with full health, which is true. Now here you want to build your castle. Depending on if you have a keyboard or you have the controller like myself, that's how you do it. Now I cannot build it right now because you need coins. I don't have any coins right now. In order to pick up those coins, you have to defeat the enemies. It's telling you to hold A to start the night. That's what we're going to do. All we're doing is keeping a safe distance. And we can do a melee attack by going up close. When the bar is full, just like that. That's how you do the melee attacks. Now we have to kill the remainder of the bad people. Just like that. Next, it's telling us to spend our gold to build some houses to improve our income. Name of the game is to, not really the name of the game, a part of it, the most important part, is to add to your income. It's 1 house, 2 house, 3 house, rock. A strong economy is the key to success. Every house that survives the night will give you 1 gold. You're all out of, when you're all out of gold, so time to start the next night, which is exactly what we are. We are all out of gold. Alright, we collected our gold. Now we want to build some additional defenses. Towers are typically 3 coin unless otherwise stated. Just to build them to begin with, in the level 1. You'll upgrade them later and it'll cost more, but we'll get there. Now, we're all out of gold. We got some defenses. We're going to start the night. See, the towers are shooting arrows, which is going to help me defeat this large horde of enemies. Which really isn't going to be that big of a problem. Trust me, it's going to get bigger later on. Collect your coins. Now we have enough to upgrade the castle. That's what we want to do. Now here you can choose one of these 4. Royal Training, plus 75% health and self-healing for your character, plus 75% attack damage output for your character. Or you can go to Builder's Guild. Every evening a level 1 house is automatically upgraded to a level 2 house. If available, of course. And 1 is immediately upgraded right now. That's pretty good if you're looking to build your economy pretty strong in the early part of the game. Plus, you also get 50% health and self-healing for your character, your king. That can be very useful. Magic armor, which is one of my favorites. Ranged enemies that attack you take 7 damage. So every time they attack you, they take damage. Melee enemies that attack you take 1 damage. Meh. Plus, we get 150% health for your character, and 100% self-healing for the character as well. Another one of my favorites is the Assassin Training. Plus 105% attack damage output for your character. And if you manage to use your active ability just as the cooldown wears off, the next cooldown is cut in half. Now we're going to test out the magic armor, so you can see how that's going to look. We want them to hit me. See how when they hit me, they take damage? That's what we want. Now these guys are all melee, so you can notice the difference, but not really. I almost want to be like, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself, but, you know. Next part of the tutorial hold LB to preview all build options. That way you can see everything and then build. You can either build or upgrade. I was pressing the wrong button. We have 9 gold. This is what we can accomplish. We can upgrade our houses over here. But that's going to automatically upgrade, so we're going to wait on that. We can build another house. We can do a windmill. Well, I think we should go for the windmill. Now we have 4 options for upgrades for the windmill. Improved plow. Every future upgrade of this mill will increase its income even more. Explosive traps. The mill and all its fields explode when destroyed. The damage dealt to enemies increase every time you upgrade the mill. Scarecrows. Every field belonging to this mill receives a free scarecrow. Scarecrows have a strong anti-air attack. This can be very, very helpful. When you have, obviously, troops, the enemy troops that are shooting arrows, or their enemies in general, they're shooting a lot of arrows at you. This could be very, very useful. One of my favorites, Wind Spirits. Wind Spirits magically intercept a portion of small enemy projectiles fired from the ground, such as arrows. The higher the level of this mill, the more projectiles are blocked. Additionally, this mill gains a range attack that slows enemies down. Now, when it comes to the Scarecrows, every field belonging to this mill receives a free Scarecrow. Scarecrows have a strong anti-air attack. Anti-air attack is any creature of sorts, an enemy creature that's flying through the air. You actually attack them, which can be very, very useful. Especially if you don't have bow and arrow, you're going to need something to shoot the enemies from above. Otherwise, they're going to rain damage on you, and it's going to be KO. You're going to be done. In this case, we're just going to go with, we'll go with the Wind Spirits. We got 25 enemies to take care of. You see how they're shooting the arrows right there? I mean, the projectiles. Once it hits them, it slows them down. Now, when you get your barracks, you have 4 options for troops. You can get knights, which are versatile warriors who are well armored against range attacks. To be obviously self-explanatory, it can help you out when it comes to range attacks. It's simple. Spearmen. Spearmen are fast and strong units. They do extra damage against fast enemies and slow them down. Trust me, there will be fast enemies, and these will be a godsend to you. But they're not a great pick against ranged units. Now we have guys shooting bow and arrows coming up. Not good against them. Flails. Flails can simultaneously attack all enemies in a circle around them and regenerate a bit of health for every enemy they hit. That can be very useful, especially when you have a horde of enemies coming your way. It's going to be very difficult for the flails to fail, and it's going to be very useful in general. The Berserkers, one of my favorites. This is why. They jump to the center of the battle, causing a big burst of initial damage. They deal bonus damage against siege engines and take reduced damage from fire and explosions. In this case, let's go with the flails and see how they do. And we have 11 more. I'd say let's upgrade the towers. When you go to upgrade the towers, you have 4 options to choose from. You can do Castle Tower, where you get plus 150 health for the tower. Your attack cooldown goes down 40%, but your projectile speed goes up 100%, and it targets the closest unit. Or you could do Sniper Tower, one of my personal favorites, by the way. Plus 50% range and projectile speed, plus 180 attack damage, but your attack cooldown goes up 100%. So it means it's slower to attack, but it balances off because you get more power and you get more range. Armored Tower, plus 350 health. Depending on where you are in the game, this might be the way to go. Now, when it's first damaged, this tower activates a shield, which protects it for 6.5 seconds. It doesn't seem like it's long, but it might just be long enough. Okay, I didn't mean it like that. You'll see later on. If you play this game, trust me, you'll love it. You'll see how useful that tower can be. When it comes to the bunker tower, you get plus 75 health. The range is cut short, 45%. However, the attack cooldown decreases with each consecutive shot during that night. So that's going to be pretty good. So basically, as every time it fires an arrow, it's going to get faster and faster and faster. If you slow in the beginning, it'll pick up. That could be very, very useful, especially once you get to tier 3. This one's a beast. For this instance, we're just going to go with the castle tower. But up here, we'll go with the sniper. Doing all the same thing, probably not a good idea. Unless you have multiple. I mean, like multiple. You have like 8 sniper towers, would probably be very useful. But in this case, we can do 1 of each. And we have 1 gold left. Can't do anything there. We're going to bring these units over here. Place them in front of here. Oh, yeah, holding the position. Just like it said, hold X. We'll free him up. Now watch the flails go. They're going to gain some health back every time they make a hit. Now on the bottom right, you can tell we have 17 gold. Let's bump that up. We'll add 8 more. And then we'll add another tower in just for the hay of it. Pop these guys there. Start the next night. Now we got 8 flails. And just look at the damage they're doing. It's difficult for them to take them down because every time they connect with a hit, they regain a little bit of health. Easy peasy, beautiful cover girl. Now we have 19. You can pause as well to see what night you're on. So we're on 8 of 8, as you can tell. This is like typically the boss one, where it's the final night. You got to face the big boss. We'll just upgrade the houses to to tier 2. We have nothing else we can do but win. Telling you, LB to lock. That way you're not bouncing around every time you go around. No matter where you go, you're locked in on that one guy. I'm gonna let my flail guys do the majority of the work here. Because I trust in their success. I trust that they will do the job, and they did. And then at last, victory is ours! And that is Thronefall, ladies and gentlemen.